Hello and welcome to another Photography Out Loud. My name is Paul.
Another week.
Yet another week. My name is Paul Davis, and as always, I'm with my colleague Joel Longbone.
Hello.
And I will say, how are you doing? Because I always do.
I'm good, I think.
Yeah.
It's been a bizarre week.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like all weeks are bizarre weeks at the moment, so maybe bizarre is normal.
Yeah.
And like a normal pre-COVID week will just be a bizarre week because.
Are we seeing some minor effects from current changing and everything?
Oh yes, I don't know. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the shop's quite quiet.
Yeah.
But there's still plenty of work to do.
There's always lots of work to do because
hello, Johnny.
We've got our online system sort of up and running as well. So
which does help, but it's just weird. I think everybody finds it a bit weird, don't they? Like working from home, shops being quiet.
Yeah. So, but we keep going.
We're still here,
and we keep doing these episodes. So.
And we're still smiling and giggling like idiots.
Hey,
so.
I don't think anything can.
No.
Get rid of our smiles.
No, exactly. There's a few phrases we can say, and it just sets us both off. So.
Like the mic is live, Joel.
Yeah. Awkward. Hello, JC.
Yes.
Hello, Gareth.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And see, I don't even need to prompt anyone at the moment. Please let us know that you're watching live. It's always nice to see your comments coming through live, knowing that you're there watching us.
Yeah.
So, and joining in on conversations as well, because it's what it's all about, really. We're here to sort of provide a video for you guys. We've had some comments back. I've seen some people in the shop saying that it's nice to tune into us at the end of the week and watch these two idiots on the screen.
Yeah, I know. At least they're accurately describing it. I can't even talk properly.
Yeah.
I had one customer saying, "Oh, you hadn't seen it," and I said, "Oh, if you click on such and such a link, you'll find us." And then I also said, "But you may wish you'd never asked." So yeah. But, hi, Erica. Hi, Andy.
Yeah.
Oh, and likey, sherry, it's happening. Subscribey. Oh. Hi, Gordon. I love that. Johnny, you might have won the comment of this week. What was that comment you said the other day, though? That was quite good, wasn't it?
I don't know. I'm full of them.
Oh, hi, Darren. Glad you can watch us live. Make sure you comment lots to make up for all the times you didn't.
Yeah, indeed. And hopefully there'll be lots of commenting this week as well, because we're doing accessories that you may not need, but definitely change the way that you shoot, like in a pleasurable way. So it could either be sort of using this type of equipment, and it just makes everything a lot easier and a lot more pleasurable to actually use your gear and go out with your gear. So obviously we have some things to show you, but please let us know in the comments any weird and wonderful.
Share a picture as well.
Yeah, and anything like that. So pop it down into the comments.
Also, just FYI, just to keep it on the level, because we don't have live chicken squawk or thingy on the emojis. So just make sure like you're not telling us we're complete and utter idiots for stuff that we're about to show you.
Oh yeah.
Because some of it's a bit odd without explanation. So hi Andy. Glad you're looking forward to it. It's good to have you with us. And hello Kevin as well. So that's cool. So this week has been an interesting week from an industry point of view. We've had some things released.
We've had some new releases, exciting. Some new cameras.
Yeah. 3, 4.
4.
3 major ones. We'll get somebody going, what about this one? Oh,
yeah. But let us know in the comments, because we may miss things from time to time. So we did mention a couple of weeks back.
When do we miss anything? We could always use our words properly. We never forget anything. All lies.
So we did mention a couple of weeks back that Nikon were releasing their Z6 and Z7 Mark II series.
Yeah.
So they have officially been released.
It's available for pre-order.
Yes, don't forget.
Already had some people.
Some very interesting. But we've had the full spec on them, which is absolutely lovely. And like Joel said, they're available to pre-order now, so you can get on the waiting list. We haven't had exact times of when things are going to be released.
Think anybody in the world, even if you buy an Apple product, the dates are all over the shop, like depending on which model you buy, and
Yeah.
availability and stuff.
But they do give us a rough guide, and we have seen the Z6 Mark II hopefully hitting stores in November, and the Z7 hopefully hitting stores in December. So just in time for Christmas, everyone.
To get that all important picture of the turkey and the Christmas pud on fire, and then the ensuing fight for the tuppence or halfpenny or whatever it is that people put in the middle of it.
So there's been a couple of interesting things.
One sec.
Yeah.
On YouTube, Coed says, click it so those of you who aren't on YouTube can see it. The RS2 Ronin gimbal. So I only had a quick look, but I think that's the one that folds, which could be quite interesting. But don't hold me to that because I've had a very busy week and haven't had a chance to catch up on that one.
Yeah.
But like most DJI products, I'm sure it's really good because those Ronins are awesome bits of kit. Like, I don't even know how they managed to make them so clever.
When that when the SC came out, it was almost a game changer.
Yeah, definitely for what you could do with a gimbal and carry around, like not having to carry a full on rig. So
thanks for that, and that's something that we can look into because sometimes we do miss stuff. Back to the announcement from Nikon. So we've seen the Z6 and Z7 Mark II series come out, and there's been some brilliant updates, really. So they've caught up, and they've sort of gone past in certain ways as well than sort of other competitors. We're seeing a lot faster speeds within the processors. Mm-hmm. So certainly within the Z7, they've put in 2 of their core processors. So that is, guaranteeing that up-to-date focusing speed. It's also helping out with the frames per second and also how much you can store in the buffer capacity as well. So
good for the wildlife and sports photography.
On the Z7, you're looking at stalling.
Anybody know any good jokes?
Even in RAW, you're able to shoot continuous 77 pictures within the buffer. So that's, as long as you've got a fast enough card, which if you know about cards.
Yeah, I was going to say from last week. And also capacity-wise, you're going to want like 512, 1 terabyte cards, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you can have dual cards.
Yeah.
So all elusive dual cards.
They've improved the face detection, so now we're seeing the eye detection within them as well, which is nice. And you don't need to change between animal and human; it will do that automatically, which is
operator or subject.
Got confused. Wait there. Are you saying that a dog or a cat or a horse might be using the camera?
It's entirely possible.
Okay.
I just
no
wanted
wonder
to
that
see
stumped me.
I just wanted to see how long it would take. And it took a long time.
It really did.
Paul's getting into holiday mode already.
We've got faster frames per second. We've got the amazing autofocus system. We've also got things like charging through USB-C.
It's always very handy. Like, I can't remember what camera it was a while back, maybe a few weeks ago. I was speaking to a customer and I was like, oh, you can charge. Oh, no, not that one. You have to get the later model. It does make a big difference. Like when you're going on holiday, like I vaguely remember going on holiday. It was a while ago.
Sore subject again.
Yeah. But just knowing that you don't have to take the whole brick part of your charge, where you slot the battery in.
Yeah.
You can just take your normal USB. I've got one of those 4 USB and 1 power adapter thing. I think you've got something similar.
Yeah.
And you can just like charge your phone, Apple Watch, iPad, and your camera out of one single socket. It's really, really useful. And it means that you're not carrying a load of unnecessary weight around with you. So it's definitely useful having the USB-C charger.
And also with the new series as well, not only can you charge through USB, you can actually be shooting or recording
at the same time.
And charge. So, they've found a way of
That's
getting
really
that power
useful for
through.
video people.
It certainly is. So
So you see a lot of rigs, like the Sony rigs, like where people are putting the anchor
yes,
chargers and stuff into the
so
rig.
that's available on the Sony and on the Nikon as well, which is nice. So yeah, for full details on the Z6 and Z7, you can go to our website, and I think there's a banner at the top there that you're able to click on and see all the information that's on there. Enjoy the banners. Ping, ping, like that. Yeah, that's what we need.
Oh, we should do it on the banner
the
thing.
thingy for.
Yeah, that's true.
With the buttons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've not sold 10 printers yet. Exactly.
Oh, is that still a thing?
Yeah. Roy, take a look at the Spig. It changes the way I shot run and gun. Can you put a picture of it in the description, or like a link, so we can have a quick look?
Yeah, I don't think we can see pictures. Here,
but a link.
But a link.
I'll find it on my phone.
Yeah,
I'll watch myself on my phone just so I can see a picture of it.
It's
Leon. Good to see you on there.
Yeah.
I hope I pronounced it properly. I'm trying to learn Welsh.
You're doing quite well.
Dwi'n dysgu Cymraeg.
Yeah.
And dwi'n dysgu siarad Cymraeg.
Yeah, I've lost all my Welsh. I was going to try and have a conversation with you then. So.
Where did you lose it?
In my pocket.
Behind the couch. It's there somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure I know a couple of words somewhere.
And Gareth is excited about Z series of dual processors. So.
Yes, yeah.
I'm not sure, Gordon, yet about the old discounts on the Z6 Mark 1. It depends. They might do a bit of a price reposition when it comes out fully.
If we have a look in the past.
Oh, crystal ball.
Yeah. What they've done in the past.
We need special effects.
Is that they've done some instant savings around Christmas time.
Ooh.
In the past, of course. So, don't know whether they're going to do it this year, but in the past they have done. So keep an eye out potentially for some savings coming as well.
It's an interesting point that Gordon makes as well. With the power bank in your pocket, so you can shoot a whole wedding with a power bank. Yeah,
you could do. Yeah, I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
That would be
quite useful.
That would be really good. But I'd be surprised that, depending on how many pictures you take, but because with the new processors and everything as well, the energy management system has been improved. So you might find that on one battery, you might get through a wedding anyway.
Yeah. At weddings, I like to find a quiet spot for my rucksack.
Yeah.
And put the power cube,
which
I'll show you later, and then just be able to just pop them in, especially when they're doing something like just having drinks and you finish taking pictures for a while, and you just pop them in for a quick juice up, so to speak.
Juice up. Love it.
Oh dear, sounds awful. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how many people would be up for that.
Yeah, it's not only the Nikon that have released something, so we've also seen something from Fuji as well.
Now this is quite cool because I was on the call for this.
Yes,
I had to do it virtually. I didn't get to go anywhere.
You can lead this conversation then.
Well, like the biggest thing is obviously it's a new camera that's sub £1,000, so 949 body only.
Yeah.
It's got the same processor as the X-T4, blah blah blah. That's quite, kind of expected. But the fact that they've changed it so it has the grip shape of an XH1,
yes,
which is what a lot of people would like because they like the chunkier feel. But also the fact that they've got IBIS in it.
Yep.
Which is quite a big one, especially given that they managed to get it into the X-T4 and not make it too much bigger.
That's like 6 stops of image stabilizer within the IBIS now.
Yeah, and sometimes up to 6.5 from memory.
Yeah.
Depending on the lenses. And it's got the rotating screen, so it flips all the way around so that you can shoot. And they've improved the video capabilities. So I think, and it's got the microphone input, and it's got the headphone output with a little adapter.
Yeah.
So for people who want to get into vlogging and stuff like that, it's going to be ideal for that because the video quality should, obviously we've not seen one yet, so the quality should be good. And the ability to be able to listen and check your audio when you're recording is very, very handy.
It's a big thing.
And then also the fact that it's got the IBIS so you can wander around with your screen facing towards you, so you can have it on a Gorilla Pod that we'll show you later. But also it's the fundamental change, if you're big into your Fuji, is that it doesn't have shutter speed on the dial or ISO. It's got like a normal dial and like a DSLR would. So it's kind of built for those people who love the color science of Fuji, which is magic.
Spot on.
I don't think anybody can really argue of how good the Fuji color science is. And they'd be wrong. Where's Mr. Yeomans when you need it? We're not wrong. He would agree. He likes Fuji. And I think that'll be interesting for people who don't necessarily want the old school vibe of like the dials and having to twist them, because they've changed it to a PASM dial. So like that makes life a bit easier if you're moving from like DSLR, or
if you're moving from like Canon, well, any other brand really, isn't it? And they're unlabeled as well. So if you have a look at the top view, so if you go to our website and actually have a look at the new S10, you'll notice that from the top view, it's a bit blank. But it's great because it means that you're able to customize those function wheels to do whatever you want. So it's going to open up for a lot more customization.
And I think being sub £1,000 as well is a great place to be for a camera of that kind. And so I'm really excited to see what it looks like. And I think Fuji have potentially done a really good thing in kind of keeping the styling, because everybody or a lot of people like the retro styling, love the color science, love the sensor, and like the functionality of what they've put in it, but also making it so it's not like you're twisting dials all the time. I think that's really going to help people feel like they're going to be a faster shooter than perhaps they used to, or have it set up in a way that they're not probably used to. So I'm quite interested to see how people pick up on that.
It's going to be an interesting one, and obviously very small, very lightweight as well, which is another big one.
It's like 200 grams lighter than XT4, I think.
And so the weight is 465 grams, which is
sure that
very
XT4
light
was
for a
600
camera.
and something.
Don't
quote me on it, and don't hashtag it wrong. So, quickly, just picking up on some comments before we move on to the next one. Hi guys, what are your views on the Olympus situation and JIP? Well, interesting question, John. We covered it briefly in the past, but obviously things have changed. There has been structural change in Olympus UK, which was expected, and that's part of what investment companies do to try and streamline and make companies more efficient. Obviously, people missed out, which is a shame, people that we know. Hopefully, it means that Olympus can go from strength to strength, and they'll grow. We've seen obviously the new lens 100-400 that's been selling really well. EM1X is a machine of a camera. EM1 Mark III is, EM5 Mark III. They've brought out a series of really, really good cameras, so it shows good intent.
Once again, more in the timeline, as well.
Yeah, definitely. And that new one that's going to come out, flipping it. And also, interestingly, if you're interested in getting to the Olympus brand, EM1 Mark II, with the deals at the moment, definitely well worth it, because that camera is still a very, very good camera. So if you are interested, then that would be one to look into. So to answer your question, time will tell.
It certainly will.
Pentax and Ricoh still going really well. What was the other brand we were talking about that did the same thing?
I can't remember now.
It's gone.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is going way back to like Konica Minolta and stuff like that.
Sony are now like one of the biggest manufacturers of cameras and sensors in the world, and that didn't harm them. Obviously, Konica Minolta, barely anybody remembers them, but like from where Sony were with Konica Minolta and where they are now is massive. So we can only hope for good things. Time will tell. I've no crystal ball, but working with Olympus, I think working with Olympus is great. They're super.
And I think when we have an official something to say about what's going to be going on, we will be talking about it as well, because there's the OM system is a big system, and we know a lot of you do shoot it. So
definitely, and it's probably one of the best systems in terms of saving weight
100%.
and getting really
and just
good quality.
just enjoyable of camera as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really worth it as well.
Yeah.
So
Coed says, I still have the old Nikon, the D50 Nikon.
Yeah.
Still take sharp images. Yeah. Don't doubt it. I think a lot of people would enjoy the speed benefits from autofocus and also ISO improvements, because low light is massively improved over the older bodies. But yeah, like obviously we like selling new cameras because they're exciting, but old cameras, unless you
still do a really good job. Yeah.
Paul was rocking a D300 until recently, and D3.
D3.
Yeah. And a D800.
Yeah, and it worked really well.
Sometimes you well up, I can tell.
Yeah, I do miss it.
Right, I'm going to look at this Instagram thing at some point.
And
hi, Gary.
Yeah, hi. Nearly forgot.
Shocking.
Yes. So what was I saying? Yeah, the last camera that we want to talk about is a new announcement from Canon. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's not like a new EOS system or anything, but it really caught our eye because it was something that was quite interesting. So you'll be able to have a look at this on our website as well. But it's called the Canon Powershot Zoom. And if we had more time to prep for these things, I would be showing you a picture here, but you can pop over to our website and have a look. But please check out the Canon Power Zoom. It's essentially, it looks like a little monocular that fits in your hand, but has a zoom built in and also a digital zoom, and it records brilliant stills and video. The built-in zoom is a offering a 400 up to 400 millimeter sort of zoom, so you're able to sort of zoom into the things that you want. Seamlessly connects to their new app that they've got released out as well, so you can check that out and let us know what you think about it. The other thing that Canon have released as well, that it's a lot of money, Joel. It's a lot of money.
I'm sure it's very good, and it runs on lithium ion, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to save you and the planet.
It's the new speed light, the EL1. So it's
good when it's like one number.
Yeah, EL1.
It's like the EL.
That's when they do
DX.
things. So it's got a lot of the features that you'd expect from an absolute top-end speed light. So as far as all the wireless communications is all in there, but the main sort of change that they've done is mainly in the design, so the robustness of the camera, flash gun, speed light, whatever you want to call it. But it's also the capacity that it has its own built-in battery. And
is it built in?
Well, it takes its own battery.
So it's like a normal lithium ion, but you can take it out and put another one in.
I don't know. So I need to check that. But you're able to do well over 2,000 sort of shots on one charge, which is really impressive.
You'd be like rocketing through some AA's.
Yeah. And I think that's taken on like on an average sort of shoot as well. So which is I
suppose it depends on how like a full power, 50% power.
Yeah. I think it's like, the way that they average things out, like the way that they average how many shots you can get on the battery. So it's it's a lot more if
so
it's
don't
on
hold
very
us
low
to
power. Well, it's an average again, isn't it? So yeah. And that's it for releases. We want to talk a little bit about some of the weird and wonderful well, they're not weird and wonderful, but some of the accessories that you can buy.
Some of them are weird and some of them are wonderful and some of them are both.
Yeah.
Just quickly touching on some of the comments before we go on. A yellow Konica Minolta underwater. I feel like I might remember those from back in the day.
I kind of want to say it's a film camera because they did do. Obviously, they did a lot with
Konica
digital.
Minolta, the compacts were one of the first ones to have the zoom inside the body, so you didn't have any lens coming out. That was quite cool, and they were quite slim.
And they teamed up with teamed up with Contacts as well. So they had the Contacts U4R, which was Konica Minolta body, but then it had the Contacts lenses in as well.
Nice.
So
quality,
love it.
And hi Anne.
Hi Anne, nice for you to join us. Thank you very much.
Right, weird and wonderful. And
Can
wonderful
I
weird.
start with probably, I think, one of our brands that we love the most, which is it's got to be Peak, hasn't it? We do like it
I won't
as
tell you how many bags and straps I own.
Yeah.
Peak. It's quite an inordinate.
I think
amount.
they're a very good, innovative company.
Yeah, and they seem to. Well, it's all from Kickstarters.
Yes.
So it's always based on whether people actually want the product.
Yeah.
Because they don't make it unless it generates enough cash to make it possible. They have a great ethic, both work ethic in terms of how long their stuff lasts, and also like climate and stuff. Like they seem to care about stuff. Like they try and make things last and stuff like that. So I quite like that as well. And their videos are quite cool when they explain how good their bags are.
It certainly is, yeah. It all started. Well, I think it did.
Oh, did it?
Maybe not.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. But it all started
Somebody
with
will tell you. You're
this
wrong.
little device down here. Well, certainly in the UK it did anyway. Because I mean, we've seen these probably for a very long time. They've evolved over the years to be something absolutely brilliant and something that I struggle to live without. It's an absolute amazing tool to have on you. If you know Peak, then you'll know what this is. It's a Peak Design capture clip. And if you don't know what it is, I'm going to show you what it is.
so you have no excuse.
Yeah. So essentially, it's a little device that can fit onto either onto your belt or preferably onto a bag, I would say.
Paul's not wearing a belt, and the first bag he picked up didn't have a strap.
So I got my other camera bag, and I'm just going to quickly grab this here now.
Oh.
And what it enables you to do is you can put it on the side of a bag, and we're just going to open this up here. So they attach very easily. It's a good job that went on very quickly.
I know,
then,
yeah,
wasn't
that
it,
would be awkward, wouldn't it?
And essentially, when you're
Just can't
wearing
see your head, that's quite interesting.
When you're wearing a bag, what you're able to do is you're able to clip your camera to it. And I'll put it upside down. There we go. That's all right. So it means that you're able to quickly access your camera and then slip it back on, and then off you go. So
and they do the binocular. You almost knocked over the microphone.
Yeah, I think I have.
Binocular adapter. Where the heck is it? This one.
I forgot about
And so this is a little L bracket. Oh, that's like come out. So you put it on the front of your binoculars. Most of them have a little bit that screws on and off. You put that on, and then that'll slide in and out. Neck, I'm getting like you in my words.
Oh.
And then if you're walking around with your rucksack around a nature reserve or just on a walk, you can just click it on, have your binoculars there, and even have two and have camera and binoculars. Yeah. Just click it off and use whichever one you want. We sell quite a few of these, and everybody is really impressed by how good they are and how quick they are. And it means that you're not strangling yourself with a strap and stuff. So that's quite cool.
Andrew has said, big fan of the Peak design.
And Tracy loves the Peak straps.
Yeah.
See?
So
these people know.
Yeah.
They've seen the light.
And
I don't understand how anybody uses like a strap that comes with a camera, like the blooming awful.
Yeah. So
also
they do some nice things with straps
do.
as well, don't they? So
like this.
Yeah, like that.
It's one of my favorite things. So if you've never seen Peak, they have these anchor clips that just go on here with a piece of like very strong fabric, like string, and they have little plastic circles, and they just click on and off. You need to come into the shop to see it really, but really, really simple. But you can have them on both sides, and then they do a cuff, so it's just like one wrist strap, so it clicks on and off. So I have one, and I have clips on all of my cameras, so I can just click on and off as I go along. But also, you can use the same clips on the straps, so you can have a leash, a slide light, and a slide, so depending on how heavy your camera is. So it means you can have one really decent strap for all of your cameras and just click them on and off depending on if you're going for a walk and then you want your light camera, or you're going for a proper like day of photography and you're taking your big camera. So yeah, I can't recommend these more highly. Especially great for me. I have children, and having my little RX 100 just on a little wrist strap and just being able to wander around is fantastic.
But having the option of very quickly taking it off as well.
Definitely. And it becomes a bracelet because it's got a little magnetic.
Yeah.
It's not like statement of fashion of the year type thing, but it looks all right.
They look nice, I think. Yeah.
If you're into that sort of thing.
I wouldn't wear it without a camera attached.
You would, wouldn't you?
I would. So once again, these are things that they're not essential, but they make a big change into how
I feel
you can
like
actually use
these are pretty essential at the moment.
So we are approaching that time of the year where it gets a little bit drizzly, especially in North Wales.
Now,
And
yes, go ahead. So this is a rain cover.
Yes.
Which they come in various sizes, so it depends on what length lens you've got. So if it's a really super zoom, then you get a bigger one. If it's smaller, you can use a smaller one. We do Vanguard. We do Think Tank.
Yep.
I personally have a Think Tank one because it's got the window in it that I quite like, and it slots on top of the hot shoes, so it doesn't shift around. I used it in the Lake District quite a bit last year. Leaving the county so long ago, and it was fantastic. And whether your gear's not fully weather sealed, perhaps like the A7 III isn't fully weather sealed, but just having that extra bit just to know like your gear's going to be safe, puts your mind at ease. And also it'll protect it. Like I know people use it at motorsports and sports events, or other places where other things other than just water might come towards your camera, so it protects your gear from flying debris, etc. Another reason why filters are very useful. One of these and a filter protects your camera a lot. So definitely recommend those, especially if the weather is not good. They also do the
you can get throwaway ones, can't you?
Yes.
So these are great for so obviously you can see that the profile of these two. This is something that you can very easily fold away in your bag. And they're inexpensive. And I think with these you get 2 in a pack, and they're a very well engineered, glorified plastic bag, aren't they? Essentially,
they are. It's one of those things that it's great to have just in case.
Exactly,
and that's quite handy. However, if you think you're going to be out quite a lot, then I would recommend going for one of these. I personally try not to use too much single-use plastic as these that can be reusable, but they're not going to last very long. Compared to one of these. These are fabric, and these are just the plastic. So
you see, I understand about the plastic thing. I get it. Okay, but I'm a fair weather photographer. But I would have one of these in the bottom of my bag just because it doesn't take up a lot of space. Where if you know that, if you know you're going to, I don't know, say like you like chasing lightning and stuff like that, you would easily have one of these just in case. It's it's going to make a big difference for you. Yeah,
100%. Right. Quickly, Roy says peak will allow your camera to point lens down. Yes, I quite like that feature as well. The fact that it tends. Also, I like the fact that one side is grippy and the other side is slidey, grippy. So it's great if you've got that on slidey because you can just bring your camera up like that, a bit like the Black Rapid style. But also then you can flip it around so when you're walking, it's not sliding.
There goes
you heard none of what I just said. So it stops it slipping and sliding when you're wandering along, which is cool. Now, this is it is kind of weird in the sense that it's not really photography related per se.
No,
but it's really useful, especially at the moment if you have forgotten your face mask, face covering. Just to be able to quickly triple it up and put it over. Looks really good. Keeps you nice and warm, but not overly so. It's great as well for if you need to wipe anything off your camera, because you can use it just
lift it up so people can actually see Joel as well.
Yeah, that's true. That'd probably be really useful. And if you've got long hair, you can use it as a bubble. Which is not going to be for us anytime soon. Although your hair used to be long enough for that.
And obviously this is part of the new range that we're doing, part of the clothing. So it's also like the Paramo stuff. And
so sliding in, hopefully you can see this, warmth. So this is warm. Keeps your neck from getting cold, which is very useful. And hand warmers. Now, these always sell out at this time of year.
It's that time of year where we do very well with the hand warmers. But they're not only hand warmers.
It'll charge your camera or your phone, which is super useful. So definitely have a look at that even if you're just walking your dog. Having that in your pocket to keep your hands warm is it's
but
nice.
With a lot of these new cameras, like you said, charging up with power banks, why not have your power bank that heats up as well for those times where it's a bit chilly, those long exposures in the middle of winter.
And also on the whole warmth thing, this seating pad is fantastic for sitting freezing your backside off, waiting for the light to come in or a cloud to move out of the way, and just being able to sit down and see the landscape change in front of you. So definitely,
there's been many a times where I've just been standing, and it sort of takes the fun out of being there.
That's why we started doing the clothes as well, isn't it? Because people,
I think so.
I know Sarah, for instance, used to get really annoyed that she'd get so cold waiting, and those buffalo jackets are so warm.
Exactly. And these are things that are hopefully going to make everything a little bit easier for you and make you enjoy your photography a little bit more.
For sure. Talking about weird and wonderful.
Yes.
And sometimes you need to keep your bits in the right place. Didn't realise that phrase was going to come out that way. But
and I won't jump on it.
Being able to keep like cables in the right place, like your remote shutter releases, anything really. And these wraps are great. The 3-panel wrap from Shimoda, they do a 4-panel one as well. But you can keep just like little bits in there and then wrap it away and shove it in your bag.
So great for wrapping your bits. Well done.
Yeah, that's another thing for keeping your bits in. This one's deeper, so it'll take like a GoPro or a DJI Osmo sort of thing. So I personally have the smaller one of these for keeping my cables in, and I have the Peak Design Field Pouch, which can turn into a bag. But just for keeping, like I keep my hard drive and my SSD and various cables in my rucksack. So bags like this are very useful.
You're on a roll here now, Joel. You don't even know what you're pulling out the box.
I thought it was those leg warmers at first. So we do tripod leg warmers. So for that tripod in your life that gets cold, you can wrap it up. It stops your hand getting cold, that's why. But Vanguard do, and so do Think Tank, do battery holsters, battery cases, which is really useful if you own an older mirrorless camera and need about 8 batteries to survive a day.
So the nice thing with, obviously with the Vanguard one, which is this one here, it's great for holding batteries and memory cards. Yes. So it's like a dual function one, where Mind Shift and so like the one that you've got in your hand just here is lovely and small.
House of Cards, isn't it?
Yeah. So the House of Cards is available for
compact flash.
Well, compact flash, but it'd be brilliant for XQD or and a bit CF Express.
SD there as well.
And SD at the bottom as well.
So these are great, the wraps, just to be able...
Just for storing. I mean, the amount of times, if you don't have storage and I'll just put my memory card in this pocket here. And
then it goes through the washing machine.
Or you've forgotten, even in a pocket in a camera bag.
Yeah.
Did I put it in that pocket? No. I'll have a look in this one. They tend to go missing.
And I like this.
So it can stay in your bag.
Yeah. So a lot of bags now are putting key clips in, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I attach mine to my key clip that's in my Wandered bag.
Yeah.
And then I know for sure that it's always there.
It's always there.
Which is useful. Another very useful thing from Mindshift is keeping all of your 100 or 75 or 85 mil filters safe and secure when you're out landscape photographing or wildlife. I saw one of our customers using an ND to photograph a heron.
Yeah.
And the water looked really good. So yeah, I really like that image. I think it was Tanya. It was a cool looking image. So yeah, kudos for that. But yeah, you can open it up and they got color coordination. So if you're really organized, you can probably put your grads in a certain color way and then know which one you're grabbing. So when your hands are freezing, you know exactly what you're trying to take out. Another thing is the lens capsule, which is very useful. It sounds peculiar at first, but when you understand that it's got a belt loop, and being able to, for wedding photographers, it's quite useful, isn't it? Being able to put a lens on your side and be able to grab it and put it in.
So this would be the same as attaching like the Peak clip to the side of my camera bag. So the way that these work very, very well, it's actually, they're great for when you're changing lenses in the middle.
It's not great.
Yeah. But also it's somewhere to put the lens that you're taking off.
If you've not got a table or a windowsill or a chair.
So they actually work very well on the side of a bag with nothing in because it enables you to put things in stuff as well. That's what I found them quite handy to be.
Cool.
Just once again, helping that process of you making sure
I know you really wanted to talk about that one.
Yeah, because
it's probably the weirdest.
I love
useful,
them.
to be fair.
I really, really do, because I won't take it out because we'll be here for hours otherwise.
3 hours later.
But yeah, you can buy lots of different types of small tripods, and Joel's got one as well, which is probably one of the most popular types on the market.
This is like YouTuber grade.
So you've seen a lot of these, which is the
Casey Neistat loves these bad boys.
Which is the Gorilla Pod from Joby.
Yep.
They're absolutely fantastic. And the nice thing with all of these types of products, so the Splat is a variation on this, but what we're finding with these,
War of the Worlds.
Yeah, it's great. But the nice thing with these is that they're small and lightweight. So you can attach them onto a side of a bag and not feel any difference in sort of weight adding to your gear. And, you can rest them on rocks if you're doing landscapes. They'll hold your camera gear absolutely fine. They just don't have the elevation that a normal tripod would, but they work brilliantly for doubling up as sort of selfie sticks, as it were. Yep. So if you've
got exceptionally long arms,
if you're into a lot of vlogging, it's just giving you an extra
and they're super versatile
into the picture. But they make it great for vlogging because it means that you can put a camera down somewhere. We see a lot of people actually keep these on the bottom of the camera while they're filming as well. So, and my pronunciation is going bottom. And it's a nice thing with the Splat as well, because you can wrap around the camera and it almost adds a little protection to the camera as well. So very, very handy things. You forgot a hand warmer.
I did. But this one, I personally have one of these, and it's great because it's a torch, there's a hand warmer, and a power bank for charging your phone. So it's great when you're out on a cold winter's evening or morning, or autumn, whenever it's just cold. But being able to hold it and it not be freezing your hand off like some other torches that are made of metal might well do, especially if you're not wearing gloves. But yeah, highly recommend it. It's a bit heavy, but I think it's worth it to have something that's going to charge your phone, keep your hand warm, and light your way so you don't fall down a hole.
Yeah, a great little addition that you can have in your bag sort of all the time, isn't it? So, right, you're going to have to pick a couple of things and sort of...
Which ones?
I think we need to talk about charging. Okay, because we use these in the shop. We both own them.
Yes.
Sarah has one.
Yes.
So
Milton has one.
I think probably all of us do that. Yeah. So these are a great little charger.
They are.
And I don't think people talk about them enough. So we've talked about charging.
So there's the Harnell Pro Cube 2.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I'm just getting so excited.
Well, no, the Pro Cube 2 doesn't mean that it charges 2 batteries because it just used to be the Pro Cube.
Yeah. So it's
it does charge 2 batteries.
It's the version 2. And it's a great way of charging your batteries externally. So a lot of manufacturers, this is green, like Fuji, are not supplying battery chargers with the gear. So you're just getting a USB.
They did it before Apple did it.
I know. So having, potentially you might want to charge your batteries externally, like you suggested in that wedding scenario before, Joel. Having somewhere enable, you can just pop a couple of batteries in and off you go.
You can charge in your car as well.
Yep.
Which is very, very useful when you're on the way to a wedding or in between venues.
Yes.
So between the church and the reception, it's great just to pop them in.
But they're just a great little unit, and it means that you can leave these in your car or at home, be charging your spare batteries while you're out with your main gear, and you're not taking anything else.
And they have USB on the back, so you can charge your smartphone. Or also they have I can't remember what they call them, the Qi plates, the wireless charging plates.
NFC plates.
You can plug those in as well, and that'll charge. Great thing about this as well is you can change the plates, so you can like I've got 2 different Sonys, so I can switch out between them. Also though, it's got a little display which, if we could plug this into power, would show you that it tell you how much charge,
an additional camera to zoom in.
Charge in each battery, so you know exactly how much you've got. So if you're starting from 50%, popping them in, you can go, it's going to be 100% in not too long.
And it measures the milliamp hour as well, so you can see that sort of jump in.
Definitely a big shout out to that, because I feel like it's saved my life a few times.
This box ain't getting smaller. You're gonna have to,
and I've got to go soon.
You're gonna have to sort of round it in.
Cleaning things.
Yeah.
So this is a lens pen, which is great for cleaning your lens. interestingly enough. It's got a brush on one end and like this weird pad thing, but it's really useful. We use those a lot in the shop. And these iPad and tablet cleaner. So it's great for cleaning your grubby mitts off the screen. This one's weird, and I wanted to include it because it is weird. But Manfrotto make these. They make a bigger one as well, but it's really useful for handling lights. You can attach like your tablet to it. So if you're shooting tethered, or I know some people have attached their laptops. Yeah. One person I know has attached their umbrella with it.
Well done.
So that's quite cool. But yeah, very useful if you're trying to hold something at a weird angle.
And for a while now, a lot of the Manfrotto tripods have had a screw thread on the side. And I've had a lot of people ask. The link, And I've had a lot of people ask me, what's that for? Well, this is essentially putting on an arm. So it's really handy for...
Because they had the director, didn't they? You could put your iPad on. Stuff, so that's quite cool. If you have a telescope with a T2 adapter, you can attach your camera, which is very useful. A bit odd. That's why I wanted to bring it out. But if you have one and you didn't realize, you can attach your camera and have a very different lens on your camera.
Right.
Stranger Things. It's weird. It's upside down, but the Polaroid is cool. And being able to get shots out straight away. And
you can't stop there. That's like one of my favorite things.
You can talk about it then.
Well, it's a Polaroid. Right,
so it's instant pictures.
But you hold to actually use the camera. You hold it that way, okay. But all the writing's upside down
because like the Stranger Things.
Yeah,
the simple things, please, Paul. Apparently, and these are cool. We are almost there, guys. Thank you for indulging us.
But I'm going to stop him anytime soon. Don't worry.
L brackets are great. There's fixed L brackets. I've got a fixed Benray one, but the three-legged thing, Ellie, is very cool because you can adjust it to meet your size, like the size of your camera. So if it's a smaller camera, you can adjust it. If it's larger as well. Also, it's got the Arca Swiss compatibility, which is fantastic because it'll work on a wide range of different things. But they've also got cutouts for cables and things. So three-legged thing, British company, makes some fantastic products. So,
but also, have the L bracket just in general. It's a great little device because, if you're using ball heads, which I prefer, I know a lot of you don't, it's fine.
Put in the comments if you think it's wrong.
But when you're using, you're bringing a lot of weight across. So having something that you can just do that with, world of difference, absolute world of difference.
100%. And also it doubles up as a quick release plate if, like I did, forgot my quick release plate and I was using my 70-200, so I just was able to put it on the tripod mount bit, which was very, very useful. And that color,
it's so good.
I don't know if you can see that, but the color is just awesome. Like, I love that orange. They nailed it on that color.
I know you've got a lot of things. This is your last thing now.
No, there's one more thing. One more thing. There is. The skater dolly, this is really bizarre, but you can essentially put your camera on it. It's great for video work where you want to do a slow pan. It basically looks like what you used to roll around doing your roller hockey because it's got 4 skateboard wheels and you attach your camera to it and you can push it around. That's all of that. Right. If you've got any confusion about that, we'll save the biggest till last.
You've got a whole box of things here, right? This is your last thing, and then we'll save the rest till the next video we'll do. Okay,
we'll do a Christmas version.
We'll do a Christmas special
stocking filler. But ring lights are great for people who are into beauty, like face shots with makeup and stuff. But also very popular for people who, as all of us do now, have to go on video calls, etc., etc. So definitely recommend one of these or an LED panel for getting your lighting much better than that dark, horrible nonsense that's just all orange. So,
and the nice thing with these is that you can put your camera through them, so you're getting very, very even light.
Or when you get the nice catch lights, the ring lights, and also you get to control the color and the power. And I'm wrecking the studio.
Right, you're gonna have to save the rest of the stuff till next time. Okay, we'll have to do another. As you may have noticed, we've got lots of different accessories here that we can probably fill hours and hours of stuff with. So this is just a glimpse of some of the things that we like to talk about. But yes, you'll have to save some of the rest of the stuff till next time, Joel. Okay.
Quickly going through the comments.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a film camera. Good shout by Andy about the Konica. What else we got? Oh yeah, Andy says that the Arcus, the Peak is Arcus Swiss compatible, which is very useful as well.
Yes.
Especially with their new tripod, the Peak travel tripod.
Yes.
Which I want to try out a bit more. I've used it a little bit. Hand warmer with light and charger is invaluable. If, like me, you step out without checking your phone battery level, only to find it dead. Good shout, Anne. It's good for safety as well.
Yeah.
Oh. Gordon making comments about the X100V being warm. Touche. And talking warm hands, are you stocking Valorette gloves? We're not, but shoot us an email and we can have a look about those. We have buffalo mitts and extremities and sealskins at the moment from memory.
I'm glad you remembered that.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have done.
Gary Jones is saying that the Shimoda wraps are great. He uses his gear a lot and he loves the Shimoda bag, so it sounds good to me. I can't remember which Tracy was referring to. I have that one, keeps everything tidy and easy to find. Maybe the wraps or the timber bag.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Tanya, and it was a very cool image, Erica, the heron shot that I mentioned with the ND.
Yep.
How she got the heron to stay that still for that long was impressive. The battery charger you can plug into your car. They provide you with the adapter inside. They do that with the Unipal universal charger as well.
So it comes with the adapter.
Yes.
So you don't need to buy anything else.
Nope.
You can buy it
Free.
go into your car
Yeah.
and charge it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Stephen Morris liked our little box of prizes. Tim, thanks for photos, DMP, awesome. Thank you. We like it when people, it was good to see you. We like it when people are happy with their prints and stuff, especially film.
Yeah.
It gives that nostalgic feel, doesn't it, when people are using film and producing great images out of it. Yes, Andy, we are. The problem at the moment is life has been very busy. We're definitely working on it. We're also working on our virtual winter show.
Yeah.
That's giving Paul cold sweats. So thank you, Tracy. Glad you liked it. Look forward to seeing you in the not too distant future. No, we're not using beauty lights now.
Winky face.
Because we're not beautiful, are we?
Yeah.
It'll take a lot more than a ring light to fix this situation.
Yeah.
But we are using LED tubes.
We are.
The nan lights.
Pavos.
Which are cool. We should put it on the siren or the thunderstorms.
I think once we're set up in our new room, I think we'll do a little tour of the gear that we use and stuff like that. So
Yvonne is saying a glimpse at some bags would be nice at some point, please. Yes, and we'll do like normal not walking rucksacks and like normal
like smaller bags as well.
Yeah,
that's
we'll
something
definitely
that we can
do that. Yeah. Okay. And thank you, Anne. Send us the photo and we'll have a look. I can't think of anything else except that I
don't look in that box again. You're not bringing out any more stuff. We've nearly been live for an hour.
I know that's
I
true,
may add though is that who was it? Was it David Metcalf, wasn't it? That said, he'd like these shows to be an hour
longer. Yeah.
So we're doing that.
Yeah.
Now we're hoping that everyone's enjoying it because a lot of it is just this.
Yeah. But people keep saying they like hearing the idiots talk.
Well, there we go. It's what people want to see on a Friday, apparently. So here we go.
But don't forget, Paul. Likey, sherry,
yes,
subscribey, as Johnny reminded us of.
Yeah,
so.
Mr. Mo. Yeah.
Thanks, Andy.
No, it's Have you got anything else that you'd like to say? Any final thoughts for this before we break up for the weekend?
Just how, and you're going on holiday. Wow.
I was going to say I'm breaking up for the week.
Yeah. Well, you're not going on holiday.
No.
You'll be locked in the house. So
let's not talk about that until we know.
That's true. No, just have a great weekend. Stay safe and enjoy your photography, even if it means taking pictures of stuff in the house that seem inane, but you can make it interesting. So
regardless of accessories,
there's past episodes you can watch now. Like check out the May show.
The May, it's still a collection. Apart from my introductions and stuff, because it was very early getting used to being on camera.
You did a sterling job, lad.
Wow.
The best episode is the one where he's wearing his pink cowboy hat. Not gonna lie. If you've not seen it, you must have a look.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you everyone for watching. Like Joel said, please keep enjoying photography in whichever way. And if there's always any way that we can help at all, please let us know in the comments, and we will try and do our best to help you out with your photography needs.
Exactly.
And I need to do the outro, don't I? Please make sure that you like this video and share it. The more you do, the more it helps us spread the word about these episodes that we're doing. So it really, really does help. The more you comment, the more you like, the more you share, it really, really does help. And make sure that you subscribe to our Facebook and YouTube channels as well. So, because a lot of people on you aren't. So you need to make sure that you're subscribing so you don't miss when we go live.
Yeah,
That's
and as you click
thing.
the button, say subscribe.
Yeah. We're going to contact Facebook and YouTube.
Change
like to likey.
Oh dear.
I hope everyone has a very good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye for now.
Cheers.